Hi, this is a very fast tutorial on how I made this seam right here on this cozy, and what I was trying to do is to avoid my cast on to look this stringy, and I rather wanted to have the cast off part as my entrance to put your phone or your cigarettes or whatever you want to hold on this cozy. So I decided that I was not going to cast on and knit all the way up and then have a seam, which would have been probably very thick and bulky, and I rather wanted to have something more even like this. So I think I have invented this technique. I don't know that anybody has done it before. It's not that difficult, and I think many people that knows how to knit in the round who have probably come up with this idea before, but I couldn't find it on YouTube, so I decided to make this video. This was the end up seam that I have in the inside of the garment or the piece of fabric, but I literally cast on the seam and then started working all the way to my cast off right here. So it looks pretty much like this. This was the cast on, and I started it on that side, and then I put it on the needles and twisted around to create the seam. So let's see if I can show you very fast how I did that. You're gonna be knitting in the round, and you're gonna need either a magic loop or your double-sided needles. These are small, so you can see in this video, and I'm using black and white. I hope that helps you. Now, for doing this kind of cast on, you're gonna need to put two needles together, because you're gonna be doing a technique that is called knit in the back and knit in the front, and you need really a lot of material, and it's one of the needs, one of the stitches to be able to do that. So I'm gonna start with casting on few. I don't think I need to show you the whole piece, so you're going to bear with me, and I'm only gonna cast 10 stitches. So I have 2 right here, 3, 4, 5, and I'm counting on the fact that you already know how to cast on and you already know the technique, so I'm gonna try to do it very fast so you don't have to watch a whole long video. I have 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now I cast on 10, but my project requires 20, so you always have to cast on half of what you need. I'm going to now detach one of the needles, turn around my work, and use my tail. I'm gonna move the tail to the side and my active yarn to the top, and I'm going to knit one in the front, and I'm gonna leave my stitch right there on the other needle, and then I'm gonna knit one in the back right there. So out of one of them, I'm gonna have 2. I'm gonna do the same to every single one of them. Sorry about that. Okay, so knit in the front and knit in the back. Knit in the front. Oops. And I'm going to knit in the back. I have knitted 3 of them, but I've rendered 6 new stitches. So in the front and in the back, in the front and in the back, and I'm gonna do that with all of them. Remember, I'm trying to create that seam, and this will be the beginning of my work, not the end. So I have one more here, and when I finish I should have 20 of my new needle. Hold on. And then I have the last one, knit in the front and knit in the back. Oops, sorry. Knit in the back. These increases you're not going to decrease. This is going to be your full amount of stitches for your project. I'm sorry about that. There. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate them into two, different needles. I'm going to put one stitch in the front, and I got to make sure that the yarn is coming from the one I put in the front. I'm going to put one in a different one. The first one in the front, the second one in the back. First one in the front, and the second one in the back. I'm going to do that for every single one of them into different needles. See, I have moved 5 of them. I'm going to continue that. One in the front and one in the back. I'm going to do one in the front. Oops. And one in the back. I'm going to separate the two that I knitted on the same original cast on stitch. I'm going to separate those two back and front. That will be my last one to move on to the new needle, and I should have 10 on each side. See? Now when I told you that you needed to keep the thread coming on the front of your work, is because what we're gonna do now is we're knitting bottom up. We're going to flip our work, and this is gonna be the last knitted stitch. So I'm gonna now knit in the round. This is a little bit uncomfortable the first couple of rounds. You can put it in a magic loop now, or you can put it on more double pointed needles. For the sake of this video, I'm gonna leave it like it is, and because I'm not gonna finish this project, I'm going to just show you what I do. I'm knitting the first side. Remember that I turn it around, and when I finish on this side, I'm gonna move to the next side, to the other needle. So I'm gonna have to give it a tug right here at the end to keep them close together, because remember this is in the round and it's a little bit separate right now. So I'm going to move the tail towards the inside, and we're going to continue on the other side right there. Right there. I'm gonna knit all the way around. And your tail is going to start tucking itself in on the inside of your garment. Later you can hide it in your work. You can cut it, or your preferred way of dealing with that. So I told you this was going to be a little bit uncomfortable on the first rounds, then it gets really easier. So have that one right there. There. So I did knit on both sides, knit on this side and knit on this side. I'm going to keep on doing that, and as I told you, I can add more needles to avoid this gap. Right now I'm just going to tug on it and tighten it a little bit so you can see how this takes shape. And that's pretty much it. I started a seam on the cast on side. with a knit in the back and knit it in the front increase, and that's all there is to it. So now you're gonna have this very nice, even thin seam, and the real one is gonna look like just a line of pearls right in the back. That's it. Thank you for watching.